Alright, welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Lady Nika, and with some celebrity news. I wanted to come in tonight and talk about this whole situation involving Nene Leakes and the comments she made at a recent performance or hosting gig she had out in Oakland, California. Now, apparently, the audience wasn't feeling Miss Nene Leakes' I guess her brand of comedy. So instead of her being a professional and mature about the situation, she decided to clap back and make a comment telling someone in the audience that she hoped that they got raped by their Uber driver. Well, what she say that for, bitch? Y'all know the minute she said something like that, it was going to bring out all of the people who wanted to drag her ass up and down social media for saying something like that, especially with the climate being everybody right now. Nothing, you can't, that's not funny to me. That's not funny. And if Nene Leakes is a victim of sexual assault, as she had said in the past that she was, she should know that a comment like that would not go over well with anyone. As a result of that, she has been removed as host of the Great Escape Tour, and I understand that. Those girls are trying to come back out after, what, almost 20 years. It has been a lot of controversy surrounding them girls in the first place. And the last thing they want is anything negative, such as what Nene Leakes said, which is a part of her now. She's going to forever have to deal with it. They don't want to be affiliated with that. People do not want their brands destroyed because of comments such as what Nene Leakes made. And I don't feel sorry for her for losing her job with them. In fact, I think she's probably gonna lose a lot more than that because, see, if they got rid of Phaedra for a lie about rape toward Candy, how was the Real Housewives of Atlanta looking at Nene Leakes at this time? That is not something that you make a joke about. It is so many women out here who are sexually assaulted every year who suffer in silence because people like that come out and say things that sets them in a bad headspace, and it's just a sad situation all the way around. No, I didn't feel sorry for her. I saw her IG live where she apologized and cried and said that people say such horrible things to her. Sometimes she feels compelled to reply back. But here's my thing. If you're if you're a professional, as you always claim it to be, then you should know that you're going to have people who are going to come against you. You are a public figure. Everything you do will fall under someone's scrutiny at some point in time, and you should be mature enough to know how to handle such situations like what you had last weekend over in Oakland, California. To say to someone, you hope they get raped in a climate today where women are being assaulted left and right, and these people are getting away with it because either the woman is afraid to come forward or she's afraid that she'll be shamed completely, is unacceptable to me. So I don't feel bad that Nene has been removed from the Great Escape Tour. In fact, I think they should take some more stuff from her. I'm going to tell you something. You got to watch what you say. When you make it to a certain level of success in your life, and I'm not saying Nene is no A-lister, but let's just be honest, people do know who she is. You have to be careful of what you put out there. I already let her slide when she cussed out Brielle the way she did. Now let me explain. I do feel that Brielle stepped out of a child's place when she came for Nene, but though it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And Nene came back at that young girl a little bit, in my opinion, a little bit too hard. If you want to know the truth. Yes, she steps out of a child place, but it's up to you to be the adult, because she's a young adult, but it's you as the older, more mature adult to know how to deal with that. I ain't saying that she's supposed to let that girl just say what she said about her and put that rumor out about her having roaches or whatnot, but what I'm saying is the level to which she chose to fight back, I felt was a little bit unfair and unnecessary for her to be a woman of her age, because when people came for her children, and one of them was grown, remember, she didn't like that. So you got to be careful what you say when you putting people's names out here and saying such ridiculous shit like what she said about that girl. Even Uber, who y'all know I'm not here for Uber at all because they had some situations recently that made me side eye them. But they realized the seriousness of what she said, and they placed a statement out saying that, sexual assault is never something that should be, made fun of, and they didn't want their brand being tainted by Nene's comments. And as a woman of her age, I'm kind of surprised she went that far with it. But hey, you know, now you got to pay for what you do. Sometimes you say things and you don't mean them in that moment, but you're angry. And that may be what Nene was doing at that time. Nene could have very well just been upset because people were giving her a hard time. She was out there doing the best she could to try to be funny. And instead of her getting training to know how to deal with situations such as this, she clapped back. This is not the Real Housewives of Atlanta where everything is scripted and some of that stuff could be left on the editing floor. No, ma'am. You did this. Someone was out in the audience videotaping it. It hit social media, and you have been drugged ever since then. And now you have lost your opportunity to go on the Great Escape tour as a host. You can't really blame anybody but yourself. You have to be careful of what you put out into this atmosphere that we call today's climate, because girl, saying things like that will get your ass that will get you completely blackballed. Don't say things like that. Do not say things like that. It's not funny to make fun of someone who this is how people saw it. People who have been a victim of sexual assault felt like she was, making light of their situation. And for the young lady, whoever it was in the audience that she was talking to, may not have ever have been that had a sexual assault committed against them. But the fact that you said it is the reason why you're losing endorsements. And I'm sure she's probably going to lose a lot more. That was very ugly. Nene Leakes has gotten away with saying a whole lot of foul shit to people over the last few years we've been knowing her. But it comes a time and a place where you got to know when to pull it back and when to drive it forward. In that moment, if she couldn't deal with being heckled like that, she should have just left the stage. I would have rather her left the stage than to say what she said, because now look at the backlash. You having to turn your comments off on IG, you're on IG live crying and trying to make apologies for it. But see, when you apologize for something, you apologize for that and you leave it there. You don't add nothing to it. She's apologized, but at the same time trying to make excuses, which completely annihilates the apology, because there is no I'm sorry, but it's I'm sorry. I came out, I said something that I shouldn't have said in the heat of the moment. Move on. Some people will forgive you, some people won't. But see, that's the part I think that Lunel was trying to talk about when she said that Nene was not prepared to do what she was doing when she embarked upon this comedy thing. A lot of people I know have said that they have visited, have gone to see Nene when she performs and say she's pretty good. I don't know that. I mean, she seemed like she good for a kiki or two on the show, but I don't know about doing a complete stand-up routine. That takes some training, and I think that that's what Lunel was really trying to say. I don't think she just was straight hating on Nene the way it was seen, the way people put it out there like she was doing. I just think that she was trying to say, look, it takes years of practice to perfect this craft, and I feel some kind of way if some chick that comes from reality TV feels that she can step into my place and do my job better than me, and I've been doing this over 20 some odd years. It's a thing about, it's a craft. Just like with doing anything, practice make perfect. But you also have to work at your craft. You can't just think because you need any leaks and you got this name and everybody know you from the Real Housewives of Atlanta that you can come into this arena or wherever y'all was and you can just be automatically accepted. If you're not funny, you're just not funny. Like I said, it's a difference between being funny on a TV show and being able to be funny at will right there on that stage. And apparently she missed the mark, and it was an awful thing that she said about wishing rape upon the people who was heckling her or that one particular audience member, because girl, we are fighting for the right to have rape victims respected and believed here. A lot of times they don't believe rape victims, and people, they don't really see it as a big deal, but it's a big deal because you have people who lives are turned upside down because of a sexual assault. And like I said, for her to say that she was once upon a time a victim of sexual assault, she definitely didn't show it in her comments. So I don't feel bad that she's been removed from the Great Escape tour, and I'm waiting to see how Bravo is really going to respond to this, because if Phaedra had to go for a lie about rape toward Candy with Portia, then Nene should have some type of reprimand done to her too. I don't give a damn how big of a celebrity or big of a personality on that show that she is. What she said deserves her to be reprimanded, and I have no problem with what people are doing to her on them social media streets right now. I absolutely don't. I hope you can hear this video. I am using the microphone, so hopefully it's better for you. If it's not, I apologize. All I can say is use your headphones and you will be able to hear me fine. If you don't use headphones and you just don't feel like watching the video because you feel that it's too low in volume, then I'll be continuously working on it. I'll wait for the comments to come in and I'll figure out a way to make this work. But sometimes I have to do this when I do not feel like getting on camera, and this is one of them days that I just don't feel like getting on camera. But I had something to say. Now, that's all I got to say about that. Y'all remember, the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, please remember to rate the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and share this video. And I'll see you guys back later. Peace.